Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, boxing fans? Tim Bradley versus Juan Manuel Marquez. This is a fight that's been a year in the making. Both of these guys have crossed each other's paths several times. Both of these guys have each other's name in their mouth. And both of these guys want to prove that they are the best in the welterweight division. However, favoritism will always be a part of boxing. Whether it's a promoter favoring a fighter and speaking out against that is at an all-time high. And even Tim Bradley's trainer, Joel Diaz, has spoken out and said, you know what? Tim Bradley has worked his way up the hard way, and Bob Arum wants to shut him down. Bob Arum wants Marquez to win this fight so he can go and fight, say, Pacquiao if he wins. But the thing is, Bob Arum, it's one thing to say that, and it's true in terms of the way that he just simply doesn't give credit to Tim Bradley for his victories. And even when he beat Pacquiao in his most excellent defensive performance, literally making Pacquiao miss with so much left hands. He could barely land the left hand after the fourth round. And, all Bob Arum had to say was hate on Tim Bradley. All the HBO commentators have to say is hate on Tim Bradley. And that has carried into the boxing public. Casual and, general boxing fans hate Tim Bradley. There is a hate out there against Tim Bradley that literally want to see him lose. And, Tim Bradley hasn't capitalized on that. He hasn't changed his public image around. He's still who he is. He's true to who he is. He's a good family man that wants the best for his children. And he just wants to keep winning and keep racking up victories and keep proving everybody wrong. But some people get it right. I was recently checking out Dwyer's most recent video, and the comment section where the majority of it was hate against Tim Bradley. That, some guys saying he had Provodnikov ahead on his card, and, Tim Bradley lost 2 straight. Just ridiculous shit. But there's some guys that get it right. And this one comment by Heartless 409. Ruslan didn't beat Bradley, and he knows it, and Roach knows it. And I agree with that 100%. Fucking Roach was calling Ruslan to get a knockout in the final frames of the fight because he knew that he's way behind on the cards. Roach knows it. Also, I had Bradley beating Pac because Bradley was making Pacquiao miss, and HBO commentators made it seem like Pacquiao was hitting him every time, and Bradley was slipping and blocking most of the punches, and Bradley outworked him for 2 minutes of the fight, and Pacquiao would come on the last minute. And that's the story of the fight. In that single comment, that's the story of the fight. And most people don't know how to judge boxing, so they look at it and they just look at the surface of what's being said about the fight, and they run with it. And they run with, Pacquiao should have won, it's a robbery, and all that bullshit. But, this is a completely different domain. This is a semi-slick counterpuncher with the shaky defense. That's Juan Marquez. He's never had the greatest defense. He's always been able to get hit flush by shots. He's not a Bernard Hopkins or a Floyd Mayweather defensively, but he is a master counterpuncher. He might be able to take the shot, but he might be able to make an adjustment and avoid that same shot. You know what I mean? And, speed gives him problems, footwork gives him problems. These are both things that Tim Bradley has in his arsenal. However, we don't know if Tim Bradley is going to be the same Tim Bradley he was in the Pacquiao fight. We just don't know. If he was that same Tim Bradley, I have 100% confidence that he wins a decision. But in terms of my betting strategy, I like Juan Manuel Marquez I think there's enough of a chance that he gets a knockout in this fight off of a big shot. You know he's on something. He doesn't want to take the test. You know he's on something. But if he doesn't land that big shot, I see Tim Bradley outboxing him and winning a decision. And for all you haters out there, don't cry like bitches when your boy Marquez falls to Tim Bradley. So overall, I like Tim Bradley. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm picking him based on his ability and his skills. Juan Marquez got a hell of an arsenal. You saw what he did to Manny Pacquiao. That's why you got to protect yourself. If you're betting like this, it's a dangerous fight. You got to protect yourself. And I just don't see Marquez winning a decision in this fight. Let me know what you guys think it is what it is. I think Marquez will win by knockout if he wins. I think Bradley will win by decision. So that's how I see it, guys. Peace out.